G'day, welcome to the Tech Math channel. What we're going to be having a look at in this video is linear equations. That is, equations that if we were to graph them, give nice straight lines like this one here. Specifically in this video, what we're going to have a look at is how to work out the equation for this particular type of graph, knowing only 2 points on its actual line here. Okay, so we have a y-axis and a x-axis here, and knowing this x and this y, and the value of this x and this y. And to do this, we're going to be using the linear equation. That is, as you'll probably remember, y equals mx plus b. So just to recap what this particular equation means, we have the x and y values which are in the equation here, as you see here. We also have m, which gives the gradient of this particular graph here, and also the b, which is this y-intercept here, where the actual graph intercepts the y-axis. Okay, and all linear equations can be described by this particular equation. So I'm going to go through a couple of examples. Okay, so the first particular example I'm going to have a look at is this one here. I'm going to write down the x and the y values. So we're going to have two x and y values, and I'm going to write them down in this particular order. X followed by the y, and this is the standard way that we do these. Okay, so the first one, we have an x value of 1 and a y value of 3, so we have this point on this graph, and we would also have a x value of 3 and a y value of 5. And so I'm looking for a linear equation that contains these points. So the easiest way to do this, the first thing we do is we're going to work out the gradient, this m value, to see what that equals to. Now first off, you may know the formula for the gradient, which is equal pretty much to the rise over the run. That is to say, how far do we go up as we go across, okay? So let's have a look at this. The y values describe how far we're going up, so we could have a look at the difference between these values as I go from this one to this one. And you can see that I go from 3 to 5, I'm going up 2. You can see now with the x values how far I go across. As I go from 1 to 3, I'm also going up 2. So the rise over the run here is 2 over 2, which is equal to 1. So in our equation here, we have y is equal to, and I'm going to put a little y is equal to 1x plus b. And we're going to now find out what b equals. And then how do we do this? Well, this is fairly simple because we just substitute one of these particular values into our equation here. Okay, so I'm just going to choose the first one here. If y, which is 3, is equal to 1x, 1 times 1 is 1, what would I add to 1 to make this equation true? And you'd say, okay, I add 2 to this equation. Alright, so this is going to be equal to plus 2. Okay, y is equal to 1x plus 2. And you can double check this by substituting in the values on this one. If I was to say, for our equation here now, that is our y equals x plus 2, if x equals 3, so y equals 3 times 1, 3 times 1, which is 3, plus 2 is equal to 5, So which 3 plus 2 is 5, so our equation here is correct. And that's how I work out the equation based upon 2 points. Let me go through one more example of this. Okay, so say we have an x value of 2 and a y value of negative 4. And that's on our equation or on our graph. And the next one we have is we also have a point where it's minus 1 on the x and a 5. Okay, so the first thing you're going to remember is we work out the gradient m, which is equal to the rise over the run. The rise over the run. Okay, so as we go from negative 4 to 5, you'll say, okay, we've gone from 4 to 0, which is 4, and then 5 more, so we've gone up 9, positive 9. And as we've gone from, this is the run here, as we've gone from 2 to negative 1, you're going to say, hey, wait a sec, we haven't gone up, we've actually gone back 3, we've gone down 3. So this is a negative 3. Okay, so 9 over negative 3 equals negative 3. Our equation here is going to be y equals negative 3x plus something or minus something. So let's work out what that something is. So let's substitute in this value here. Okay, so y, which is 5 here, is equal to negative 1 times 3x. Negative 1 times negative 3 is 3. Plus what number? And you can say, okay, 3 plus 2 equals 5, so this has to be a plus 2. Does it work out? Let's double check on this particular point here. So 2 times minus 3 is minus 6, plus 2 is minus 4, which is the same as this, so that means this is correct, and this is our equation. Anyway, that's how easy it is to do this particular thing. It's fairly simple, right? Working out the linear equation based on 2 points. Mate, I didn't even have to draw any graphs for that. But you could always practice drawing the graphs as well. Anyway, hopefully you found this video informative. We'll see you next time. Bye.